A very good morning, folks, wherever you are. Welcome to the Saturday Show. I'm Carl. As usual, we've got a bumper show to talk about. We'll talk about the match preview of the Northwest Derby between Liverpool and Manchester United shortly as well. We'll also talk about Rangers managerial situation. Is Kevin Muscat the right guy to take over at Ibrox as well? Which we will discuss about more news and views and all the other stuff for the last couple of days up to this weekend as well. Let's go through the fixture list today, actually. Start of the Premier League as well. It's 12:30 kickoff between Big Ange against Enzo at Nottingham Forest against Chelsea. Newcastle go away to Brighton, and it is one of the both promotion teams that play against each other. Burnley against Leeds United, Crystal Palace at home to Bournemouth. Everton go away to Manchester City. Wolves are having a difficult start. They go away to Stadium Light to face Sunderland, and Fulham at home against Arsenal in the London Derby at 5:30 later today. And in the Scottish Premiership today, there's 5 games being played today as well. Hibs are home to Livingston, while Motherwell go against Falkirk. Rangers against Dundee United, which manages Dundee United as well. St Mirren against Aberdeen, and also the 5:45 kickoff between Kilmarnock against Hearts as well. In the Championship, 3 lunchtime kickoffs coming up as well. Oxford against Derby is at 12:30, which is as well. Millwall go with QPR, and Southampton at home against Swansea. 3 o'clock games kick off today. Hull go away to Birmingham, Charlton at home to Sheffield Wednesday, Coventry against Blackburn, Bristol City go away to Norwich. It's the Lee Manning derby, which we will discuss tomorrow alongside with Annie as well. Sheffield United against Watford, with the return of Harry Gracia back as well. And it is a Democrat derby as well. Yeah, came out against Hearts. Wow. Yeah, Dent McInnes derby as well. I forgot about that as well. Wrexham, Wrexham go away to Stoke. West Brom at home to Preston, and it's a 7:45 kickoff between Leicester against Portsmouth. And in League One, Huddersfield did lose to Bolton on Thursday night 2-1 as well. So, but we've got some key games today. Cardiff at home against Reading. It's a Yorkshire derby between Bradford and Barnsley as well. Luton, the first game on the Jack Wilkshire. They're at home against Mansfield Town. Stockport home to Exeter, and Wigan against Port Vale in the League Two. Salford at home against Oldham, which is going to be the debut today of Fabio Barini, blast from the past, former Liverpool and Sunderland striker. It will be in the match for the first time today as well. Other teams are going to play against each other as well. MK Dons against Crew, Greensway home to Gillingham, who are Gillingham still doing a good start to the season as well. And also in other fixtures as well, Walsall against Barrow as well. And for Chris's team as well, that Carlisle at home at Forest Green today is what a big game. Mark Sparky against Robbie Savage. That's going to be an interesting game. Two former Welsh internationals going against each other. That's going to be an interesting battle as well. And looking at the other fixtures later on today, it's Scottish League 2, Edinburgh City, after beating Spartans just a couple of weeks ago, they're now on 0 points after off the 15 deduction. They're home to Stranraer and Spartans go away to Dumbarton, who are still top of the table ahead of today's game as well. Looking at in the other leagues as well, across Europe, but Spanish La Liga, Barcelona, they're home to Girona, which is a local Catalonian derby. Atletico at home against Osasuna later at 8 o'clock. Betis are go away to Villarreal as well. Mallorca and away at Sevilla at 1 o'clock later on. In the German Bundesliga, it's a big game in 5:30. The Klassiker Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund later on today at 5:30, which is a huge game as well. Also, Bayer Leverkusen go away to Mainz, and Leipzig home against Hamburg, and Wolfsburg against Stuttgart as well. It's Serie A. It is a 7:45 kickoff, a big game as well. Roma against Inter Milan later at 7:45. Torino, they're home to the champions, the defending champions Napoli at 5 o'clock as well. And looking in the leagues in the head of the division, PSV gets go ahead. AC go away to Ajax later on 8 o'clock today as well. And League Nice against Lyon later on at 4 o'clock. Monaco they go away to Angers as well, and Marseille home to Le Havre at 8:05 as well. Going into tomorrow's games, there's only two games in the Premier League. Spurs at home to Aston Villa, and it's a big game between 4:30 between Liverpool against Manchester United as well, which we'll get to have Reece to join us shortly as well. And then one game in the Scottish Premiership, Celtic go away to them to Dundee later on tomorrow as well. No games in over games in the Championship as well. We'll play this weekend. Or in the Spanish La Liga, Getafe at home to Real Madrid, which is a local Madrid derby as well, and the German Bundesliga, Freiburg against Frankfurt, St. Paul against Hoffenheim, and in 11:30 in the Serie A, Como at home to Juventus at 11:30, Atalanta against Lazio at 5 o'clock, and it's a big Sunday night game between AC Milan and Fiorentina joining as well at 7:45 as well, and also the other games across Europe as well. League PSG they played last night as well, so it's Nantes against Lille, which is the big game at 7:45 tomorrow in League and Toulouse against Mainz at 4:15 as well. And also looking at the cross to Monday night's game, one Premier League game on Monday night, which is West Ham against Brentford, which is going to be Nuno's first home game as the new West Ham manager as well. One game in the Spanish La Liga, Alves against Valencia at 8 o'clock, and Cremonese against Udinese in the Italian Serie A at 7:45 as well. So those are all the fixtures across this weekend as well. So let's say good morning to our co-host. Good morning to Reese. Good morning.
Morning, what's cooking?
Nothing much cooking other than just a bit of a interesting week going on, especially out the international break. Thank God for that. So
Mmm.
at least we can now focus on the leagues this weekend. So yeah,
Aye, we don't have to watch the disgrace that's the Scotland national team. We don't need to watch. Well, you don't need to watch England. I don't
no,
need to watch
no.
Germany for another fucking 6 months, and I don't need to fucking watch the Italians shipping goals. So absolutely, the only international team I've enjoyed watching this entire time is Japan.
Yeah, that's true. The Billy beat Brazil. Forgot about that in the friendly. Yeah.
That's it. Like
Mm,
beat
very much.
beat Paraguay, beat Brazil.
Yeah, says it all completely. It does. Says it all. Just got some team news from the lunchtime kickoff at City Ground. There's five changes from Ange Postecoglou. He brings the changes. So Chris Wood has dropped to the bench, which is very surprising. Murillo and Zinchenko and Doug Sweet among those returning on to the starting lineup. Enzo Fernandez drops out, which Moses Casado is on the bench. Chelsea make three changes as well. So Salas in goal with Milenkovic, Murillo, Morata, Williams. Lloris, Sange, Anderson, Zinchenko, gives White, and Aroni up front. Chelsea with a change with Sanchez, James, Apachimong, Pong, Chabala, Quilla, Gusto, Roma Lavea comes in, Neto, Andre Santos, Ganacho, and Jao Pedro in that starting lineup. So, yeah.
Both of them are terrible.
Yeah, they have been. It's been a bit of a especially with Chelsea's defense, with they had the suspensions and then been injuries at the moment, and then Forest with their poor start as well, and as well. So yeah, those are the changes are coming. And like I said, no Cole Power now. He's now out for another 6 weeks. So he is it's really doubtful with that with his injuries concerned as well. So, but let's move on from that and let's talk about the big game race tomorrow. Liverpool against Manchester United. Listen, both these teams, despite Liverpool's poor on the form, Man United did get a win before the international break against Sunderland. How are you looking forward to this game tomorrow afternoon?
Looking forward to it. You're kidding, right?
I'm just saying.
I'm not looking forward to this game. I would much rather have a weekend with Scarlett Johansson than watch this game.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to watch this game. I don't want to watch. I will. I will watch. I don't want to watch. Like I am fucking bricking it on Sunday. Like I think it's going to be an absolute disaster. I think if you genuinely look at how this game is shaping up, it's going to be an absolute car crash. Now, people say, oh, but Man United have played well in the big games so far this season. They've only just lost, or they've played really well. Aye, that's true. We absolutely battered Arsenal and still lost. And Arsenal are playing better than the freaking current Premier League champions, and they suck and all. Like, I'm not looking forward to this. Like, based on the entire run up of the whole fixture, I don't like the fact that Man City were in crap form before the last international break. They came in and absolutely battered us. Liverpool have been shite all season, and I'm not going to have any Liverpool fan tell me otherwise because the stats and the fixtures prove it. Despite the results, the fixtures prove it. Yous have been crap. But they'll still come in and probably get a result, which makes me physically sick. If I look at it honestly, I think United are just. Ugh. If we don't take any chances, we're fucked. And I'm not confident at all. If we win tomorrow, I will be surprised more than pleased. I will be genuinely surprised because I'm not confident. I'm not. Folk at work know me as well, like United fans. I know like, a few Liverpool fans at work have been messaging me all week about this game, going, "Oh, what do you think's going to happen?" And I've been honest. I was like, "I think we lose 1-0. Either we lose 1-0 or this is a 1-1 draw." I'm like, I just don't, and I'm hoping it's a reverse jinx, and Man United go on and win the game. But I'm not confident. And yes, obviously the day of the game, obviously tomorrow my mood will be a whole lot different. Tomorrow I'm going to be absolutely buzzed. But still looking ahead right now, yep, we haven't had a dominant run against Liverpool since Van Gaal, where we won 5 games in a row, I believe it was. It was 5 or 6 games in a row we won. But I'm honestly not I'm not in good confidence at all.
No, I can understand that completely as well. Listen, I know Jim Radcliffe's is backing rumor hammering it. How long's that backing is going to go for? Because that's the question: is he's publicly backing publicly, but privately, and is he really backing him at the moment?
I honestly think Ruben Amorim is backed as long as these owners are still in charge of the club. Considering all these takeover stuff that's been going on this week. Like that
Yeah,
that's my feeling.
yeah, no, I understand your feeling as well, completely as well. And for Liverpool, is this a reset they need to have with their poor start? Well, despite they won the games, but their poor performance, is this the reset they're going to need, especially to kickstart this season? Because we know that Isaac is now probably back to full match fitness now. Verts has had a bit of a slow start as well, and with
But you can be honest, mate. Verts is a player we both like, but Verts has been the worst attacking midfielder in the league.
yeah,
Statistically and on and the eyesight, Florian Verts has been absolutely dreadful. And even worse, and this is what I'm sick of because I called out online journalists for this. Who are like, "Oh, Florian Wirtz, slow start to the Premier League. Oh, he's actually doing all this and that for Liverpool," and I'm like, "Where's the same attitude then when it's a Man United player?" Oh no, no, no! It's when it's a Man United player. It's got to be, oh, the players had a goal or got an assist from the first game. This is the online media bias that I'm calling out on a daily basis because of their nonsense. I'm sorry, but be honest, Florian Wirtz isn't even in the top 15 Premier League players right now, based on any sort of metric.
no, no,
And he might be that by the end of the season, but to start the season, he's not even in the top 15. He has been absolutely horrible, and he is being protected by the media. It's disgusting. It needs to end now. Have the same energy. Have the same energy. If this was a Man City player, Chelsea player, Arsenal player, they would be getting slaughtered just as much.
Yeah.
But because it's Florian Wirtz, he's being protected like he's part of the FBI or something. He's under like FBI protective custody. No, 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 we can't go after Florian Wirtz. We can't say he's been bad. No, no, no. He's just had a slow start. No, he's been awful. If he ends up having a stormer tomorrow, I'm going to be raging as well. But he's been awful. But it's players like this that get so bloody protected. It's criminal, but
Yeah. No, I understand. I expect that as well, and probably sometimes, but you can't be bubble wrapping the players, especially at a certain point if they're not had a good start for the start
exactly.
of the debut season as
And he
well.
was awful. He was awful for Germany as well. I'm not going to
Yeah,
pull punches. Florian Wirtz was awful for Germany.
yeah, exactly. No, I watched the game against Northern Ireland. He did look, completely composed, and actually, I thought Northern Ireland should have got a draw. That one, I thought to myself, the
Mhm.
place, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I thought to myself, I was gonna message you about that week. I thought, how did
Yeah,
Northern Ireland not get a point
I
against?
think I think they did deserve a draw. I don't know why they keep picking Bowman as a goalkeeper. Like this is the chance to give Newbell the spot because that Bowman is not good at all.
No,
But I'm like the next international break, depending on recovery, Jamal Musiala could be back playing professional football already. If he's back in the team, Florian Wirtz will either step up or be dropped.
mm,
And I'm hoping it's the former, stepping up because he's going to be needed for the World Cup. In general, he is genuinely terrible, and I don't know what the hell is going on with him. And
yeah,
Chris, I appreciate that honesty, by the way. I appreciate you're saying you're not using the Jota card. I know that's a big loss for Liverpool this season, but that can only get you so far.
it can't, it does, yeah, it does, and I think he's right for what he's saying as well. I think the players need to the Liverpool players need to be held accountable, especially the three losses on the trot. They have to be held accountable,
Yes,
especially
absolutely.
the way they lost to Crystal Palace, and then they performed better with Konate's situation as well.
Head loss.
Yeah, yeah.
You can use the Jota card for like the first month of the season.
But after that month, you can't.
Yeah, it's simply they just don't care. Like Arne Slot is going to have to figure out how to turn this around. And to be fair, on the show, what it wasn't last week? It was last week, yeah.
Yeah,
The show I did where I was like, it's the system. Liverpool have got so many players that play central positions. They don't have wingers anymore. They need to switch up their system. They need to play a diamond
yes.
eventually, but not right now. Let
Yeah,
them keep
I think it
suffering.
was the
And
other week we talked about the other week. It was the other week we talked about it because it was just before. Yeah, it's like what Chris said. Now it's not going to go with the 43. That he needs to change up. Frimpong in the right field, right wing playing there. And it's versus Eki to start against Frankfurt. I have Salah in at 10. McAllister arrived late, so to quite honestly, yeah, the system might have to change. If you're going to be adaptable, be adaptable. If you know that the system's not right, you have to be adaptable at that certain point.
yeah, either a back three that involves an attacking midfielder, or they play a 4-4-2 diamond
Mm.
because anything else is not going to do the job.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you expect out of tomorrow's game then, completely?
I think United are going to be very effective on transition. I think that's something that we have done where we have controlled the majority of the matches, where we've allowed to pass the ball around. We've been able to press teams a lot more. The problem is Liverpool in their shape, they can be difficult to break down as well, and they have the quality to hurt us as well.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a very even game. If I'm being honest, I think United will dominate the possession early on. I'd say the first 30 minutes, Man United will dominate the possession. Liverpool will have a shot or two. They might get a goal because they do score quite quickly when they want to. I think United will unfortunately grow into the game in terms of an attack, but we do have some players back from injury, which goes in our favour as well, which helps, especially in the defence. We've got some key defensive players back. I also think as well, Liverpool shouldn't take us too lightly either because Benjamin Sesko has scored two Premier League goals in a row,
yeah,
and Mbeumo and Cunha Mbeumo and Cunha haven't like hit the ground running in terms of goals and assists yet, but I think they have still been very effective as well. I think Fernandez has settled as well in the season. I think for us purely, it will come down to who plays in our midfield four. whoever plays in our midfield. I'm hoping that Amorim decides not to play a midfield for tomorrow and he plays a midfield three and he plays either a system where if it's a 3-5-2 or he plays a 4-3-3. I think tomorrow he cannot go into this game playing a 3-4-3 and hoping it'll be effective. I think it'll be a very risky situation, if I'm honest. I'm hoping tomorrow he does tweak things a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. It's such a massive game tomorrow where it's not just selection, it's how the players look on the field. It's going to be massive.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And I'm
absolutely.
hoping Lamens does start, not fucking Bayender. I'm hoping Lamens starts because even though it was against Sunderland, he had a very good debut. He
I
made
like, I
some,
liked, I loved his debut. Actually, I loved how composed he was, and I think that's something that Man United, the goalkeeper, Man United goals have not had probably since Jamaica and probably Van der Sar and bit of De Gea and a little bit as well. They're not had so much
yeah.
composure in a goal to to demands, and and everyone thought you should have got Donnarumma, but getting Lamens is quite interesting because yes, he's quite young, bit of raw talent, but I think that's something you guys need at this moment.
Yeah.
If you want to get the right transfer of great select players coming through at Old Trafford.
I think so. And I wonder as well, like how much is hanging over our heads that we didn't go for an experienced goalkeeper. Is the belief in Lamens? I don't know, but I was skeptical about him coming in. But his stats last season for a young goalkeeper is really good. I would have preferred, if we're going for a young goalkeeper, I would have preferred Karnaseki or Suzuki. If I'm being honest, taking him out of the Serie A because they're a top five league, I would have preferred a young goalkeeper like that. Um,
Absolutely, but would you
or
have to like a
or
Diego Costa from Porto?
I wouldn't have minded Diogo Costa as well. Yeah, I'm surprised no one has signed Costa. I don't know why no one has signed him at all. It makes no sense. But yeah, I wouldn't either of those three. And the other one is a bold tape. I wouldn't have minded Andre Lunin. Like if we're looking at just young goalkeepers, it would have been one of those four. Costa would have been my top choice, but Lamens, he's here now. If we don't sign an experienced goalkeeper, then we've got to run with him. I'm eager to see how it goes. I'm not fully sure how he's going to fare as a United goalkeeper, but the first season, if he has a decent start, we've not overspent on him, which is a good thing. So at least we've not spent like 40, 50 million on him and then thought, oh, it'll backfire. It's less than 20 million, but it might end up being what we need. I'm eager to see, and at least he's got a decent pass on him, which he showed against Sunderland, but he's also just so confident in his box.
Yeah,
He'll come for the ball. He'll catch. The fact that United fans were celebrating a fucking goalkeeper catching a ball shows how bad it's been. Like he caught a clearance, and I'm like, no, just do that again and again and again. We're good. I think he'll save us massive points this season if he stays in goal and just gets a good run of form. He will make massive 12 point difference.
yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting season with his development. Continue out the season as well. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think the scoreline's going to be? Because Chris say he can't predict the scoreline.
Well, I did say, ugh, I don't like betting against my team, but I did say either a 1-0 loss or a 1-1 draw, but I can't do that. Like, as much as that's me being with my head. My heart says 1-0 Man United. So I'm going to play devil's advocate and I'm going to say 1-1 draw and hope that it's a Man United win. But I think it'll be a draw tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, yeah, as I've done on Douglas's Sports Brew Premier predictions, I've gone probably Liverpool to win, but I still think it will be a close game. But even I thought about 2 or 3-1. I thought Man United will score and have possession, but it depends how well Liverpool does if they can stay in the game. But
Yeah.
I think I did put 3-1 on that one, and that was something I was like, yeah, should I really go back and look at? But I'm going to stick with it and see how it goes. If I don't get a prediction, I'll be like, maybe my conscience was right a little bit, thinking I thought it would have been a lot closer game. But I
Yeah.
suppose that was where the form is at the moment, even though but form goes out the window for these games completely. So especially when it comes to the two rivalries as well.
I think what's helped though, I think what really has helped Man United, you look at our first team squad, key players, they all had. Same for Liverpool, to be fair. I think this is what makes this game so interesting. Both teams had players who went into international break and had fantastic international breaks, and they'll come in feeling confident. So I think that'll make the game a lot more spicier. But if Liverpool have got to be serious, I don't care how good Van Dijk is. I don't care how good Kanai is. If Kanai plays centre back, they cannot take Benjamin Sesko lightly because he will pop up anywhere and score. And he's no a midget.
No.
He's no like. And to be fair, Rasmus Højlund has had a good start at Napoli. Benjamin Sesko has done the opposite. Benjamin Sesko's come into the Premier League and he's hit the ground running. So like they can't afford to take him lightly. They have to take him seriously tomorrow.
Yeah, they will do have to take them serious tomorrow. That game will kick off at 4:30 here in the UK.
Yep.
Be live on Sky Sports as well. Wherever you are, check your local listeners across the globe as well.
I'll be
if you
going
are
straight.
watching
I'll
as
be
well.
going straight from that into the frickin' Milan Fiorentina game. So that'll be fun.
That is going to be a good game tomorrow, which I probably won't be watching tomorrow. Do you know what? Because even though I'll be thinking about cutting back on, I like doing the Saturday show, I like doing the championship review,
Yeah.
all that stuff as well. And speak of the devil, we did not expect to have it on. Yes, it's having Douglas. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How we doing?
Not too bad.
All right, Shave.
It needed it. It needed it. It was a long time coming. Let's just say that.
Doug, what's the expectations for tomorrow's game? Liverpool coming in a poor run of form, but deep
These are
down,
echoes.
yeah, your echo, yeah, exactly.
These are
He's muted himself. Okay, now that's good. Yeah,
I wasn't sure who. What the mic volume? I don't know.
No, it's fine. Listen, it happens.
I'll
give your expectations for tomorrow's game. Coming into this run of form, Liverpool's been in a bit of a poor form. Is this going to be the wake up call that Arne Slot needs ahead of a big game tomorrow afternoon?
I think if there was any game to come back after an international break, it'd be this one. It'd be one that you would go into knowing that you're facing your biggest rivals. You know, if you can't get up for this game, then obviously you shouldn't be turning up at all, really. I mean, the fact that the stat that's going through my mind is 1 win in 14 for United over Liverpool. It's you never would have envisaged that. I think if you look at what's happened during the games in sort of recent years, I think you would actually say that yes, there's a bit of mismanagement in there. But I think as well, you know, I've never seen as dominant run of like Manchester United Liverpool games in Liverpool's favour. So it's one of those really. I mean, I'm going into this one very apprehensive with the fact that we've always lost 3 games in a row. I'll be honest, because I think if you look at the games we've played in the last 3, Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, and Chelsea, we haven't deserved anything. And I admitted that last night on my preview. We haven't deserved anything out of these 3 games. So we need to be going into in tomorrow's game. Need to start fast. Need to start sharp. I expect changes tomorrow. I think there will be changes. I think he's got to change it up. And as I said last night, I think you might see Gomez and Van Dijk tomorrow. I don't think you'll see Kanate and Van Dijk because I think Kanate is injured. Right back is an issue. Who do we play there? Obviously, Connor Bradley, Jeremy Frimpong, or Dominic Szoboszlai. I don't want to see Szoboszlai right back if we can't help it because I think we need his creativity in the midfield. I think we've been kind of needing that recently. And then the big question is: do you play Ekiteke and Isak, or do you play Wirtz on the left, Ekiteke or Isak down the middle, and then obviously Salah, who, you know, I've seen a lot of people say it should be dropped, and probably rightly so with the way he's been played. But taking nothing into the fact that he has had a very good international break with Egypt, so I'm going into this one thinking that if we can get the result, then it probably kickstarts our season. If United get a result, it definitely kickstarts their season, and we'll always be remembered as the team where Ruben Amorim finally won 2 games in a row. that stat is unbelievable. Honestly, I cannot believe Ruben Amorim has never won 2 games in a row as Manchester United manager. It's just absolutely crazy as anything. But the only downside is Michael Oliver's the ref for a 3rd game in a row between these two. And if anything goes by last season, then we'll probably get a very, very shock red card, as we saw Diogo Dalot's
Don't remind me.
stupid red card last season. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting game. It'll be a very interesting game. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But am I confident? No. But it's more sort of optimism than expectation. Let's just say.
If we win this, we go 2 points behind you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that's
I
a
agree.
bad thing, but we go 2 points behind you if we win tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a delay. There's a delay. Yeah. Yeah, 2 points behind you if we win tomorrow, which would be absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. And as well, when you look at
Chris, fuck's sake.
Huh?
I'm saying, fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good God.
No, we know Chris too well. Let's just
That is typical Chris, unfortunately. I'm joking, Chris. That was very, very funny. Let's just put it that way. But no, I think tomorrow could be won or lost. Really, I think between midfield battle as well. I think if you play Ugarte and Casemiro potentially, then I think we'll get a bit of joy. If it's Casemiro and Bruno, then I still think we get a bit of joy because I don't think Bruno Fernandes is that kind of number 6, number 8 player. I see him more as sort of a number 10 player. And as well, Ugarte, I hate to say it, I know people say like obviously about like flops, etc., but the amount of money Man United spent PSG to get Ugarte, he has been nothing but a disaster.
well.
Oh, no, I agree. What's funnier is they got the midfielder I wanted out of this.
Gravenberch.
No, João Neves.
Yeah.
The minute they got Ugarte, well, the minute we got Ugarte, they went and got João Neves, and I was like, well, great.
Yeah.
Fair point, actually. Yeah, it is a fair point as well. Especially Douglas got to deal with a screaming 2-year-old now, actually, because it was Nathan's birthday last week. So yeah, with that matter of fact, but yeah,
He's still on the sugar.
listen. That's I said to him that you got the life that you built now. You know you got to. It's now. Yeah, I told him that yesterday. So, but like I said, it's interesting how his perspective going into the game tomorrow,
Yeah.
especially with that, which is not surprising in a way. But
Yeah.
I think as a neutral for myself, it's going to be interesting of how that first 20 minutes is going to pan out. Because that is the question. That's the question. If Man U can start with 20 minutes of thinking, this is going to be a lot tighter game than it's going to be if you know if Man U can keep the pressure on Liverpool don't have a good start. So,
well, I did see apparently in terms of squad and fitness, etc. Only one player is actually. From coming back from the international break, only one player is left out or injured, and I believe that's I think it's Lisandro Martinez. Everyone else is back fit and ready to go. So we are pretty much a full strength squad for tomorrow. So you're actually going to see the strongest Man United versus hopefully the strongest Liverpool. And the way it should be, like it should be the strongest teams going against each other. If somehow Martinez is back, then do you risk him, put him into the team, or do you bring him off the bench Honestly, I hope he starts over that Burger King Luke Shaw. But in circumstance, like, we have to really keep it tight tomorrow. I think it's not the defence I'm worried about tomorrow. It's the midfield battle for me. I completely agree with Doug. For me, it's the midfield battle. Like, everyone says, oh, goals win you games, defence win you titles. But I always say midfield wins anything for you no matter what, because your midfield dictates everything. So if we really don't control the midfield battle tomorrow, then I am worried. I think that's why we're so heavily linked with midfielders going into January and the summer. Like the constant Baleba links, Elliot Anderson links, stuff Judas. Judas can stay the hell away from my club, even though he's actually a decent player. There's more links to Pavlovic from Bayern. Good. There's more links to Stiller from Stuttgart. Again, why did we not sign him? I don't know. Like, they're all creeping up as well. And I'm like, the more midfield links we get, I'm like, good, because we didn't even do that. So we really do need to get that sorted. And for the record, Elliot Anderson, you're still Judas. We won't forgive you up here. We won't forgive you. You did a Declan Rice.
I know it pains you, but he's not representing Scotland thing, and I can understand that completely. I really can understand for you guys, Scottish perspective.
He did a Sol Campbell. He did a Sol Campbell.
Yeah,
He did a Sol Campbell.
yeah,
He
well, at least
betrayed. He betrayed the fans that loved him for.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, okay, then. I think make a good.
He's a good player though, Elliot. Not gonna lie, Elliot Anderson is a good football player. I won't deny that. He is a really good football player, but he is an international Judas. He played for Scotland through the under-16s all the way up to the under-23s. Gets into a bloody 21s, but he gets into an international squad 2 years ago, and then after that, he's like, "Oh, I need to take myself out and figure out what I want." What are you, a woman on a date? You son of a bitch!
Oh God, yeah. Well,
It's like Russell Martin trying to pick a football team. That's Elliot Anderson. It's like Russell Martin trying to pick a football team. Luckily, he's not in a job anymore.
yeah, well, I can't see him getting a job anymore for a while, so he
I hope not.
He needs to go.
I mean,
he needs to go somewhere out of the UK altogether. Go somewhere.
I know where he should go. He should take either the Leeds job or the Cardiff job.
Shut up about the Leeds job again, you little shit. I know you did it with Steve Clark, and you're not doing it with us as
You
well.
can have no. I think Doug will agree. After the international break, you can have Steve Clark.
Fuck off! I don't want anything to do with Steve Clark or Russell Martin. All right, Doug. I don't know what you want to say.
Yeah, how he managed to get 6 points out of those games against Greece and Belarus, I'll never know. Yeah, Steve Clark, now Scotland's longest serving manager. So, yeah, look, I think Daniel Farke's safe as houses at the moment at Leeds. But I tell you something, that is a big game today. Burnley Leeds, two promoted sides going up against each other. Obviously, we had that with Burnley and Sunderland a couple of weeks ago as well. And that obviously finished 2-0 to Burnley. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, two sides that ended on 100 points apiece. Was the Leeds winning on goal difference. So,
Chris.
Yeah, it's going to be... oh, God. Yes. Although I believe that Jimmy Thielen is the favourite to be sacked next, apparently. I've been reading. Not Stephen Presley, which does surprise me to an extent. But as I was saying, yeah, Steve Clark, longest serving Scotland manager, but two really poor performances. And I kind of go away from an international break thinking, yeah, 6 points from 6. We should be happy. But it's like, meh. Like, it's two really poor performances. And I'm not going to sort of sugarcoat the Belarus game because that was absolutely unacceptable. Belarus should have won that game. The amount of chances they had, I think I read the stats at the end of that game. I think they had 26 shots. on goal against us. It's ridiculous. It's
And this is a
absolutely
team.
ridiculous.
And this is a team that got smashed by Denmark. Only what?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And yeah, as I said, I just go from it like meh. Two really, really poor performances. And yeah, Belarus, as you say, hammered by Denmark, home and away. And then basically what happened? Well, actually, no, Denmark will go Belarus, I think, coming up because it was we're in Athens, I think, for the Greece game. But we still have a chance of qualifying. This is the main thing. We've still got a chance of qualifying. We've still got a. We beat the Danes the last time at Hampden, so we can definitely do it again. If we do it again, we're going to the World Cup. So, we won't look back on these two games for sure. But if we get a win in Greece, if we get a draw against Greece, if we beat Denmark, then all is forgotten for sure. And it'll be very, very good to finally get back to World Cup. Because let's be honest, this group has not been easy whatever. Unlike some teams who get bloody Serbia, Andorra, Latvia.
Yeah. Let me just put my hand up with that one. I do.
And they fluked this group as well.
They have fluked.
I do agree with that. We do get easy wins, and we should not be. And I think UEFA needs to change that system. Either do what they've done in the Champions League, so you can play against a Swiss model. It might be better to play double jeopardy games where we have. And I think they are planning to look at that now because it has got ridiculous.
Yeah, but as what you do at the next tournament, that's the main thing. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. But
crash out in the quarterfinals.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad the Premier League is back today. I'm glad the SPFL is back. So I'm looking forward to sort of proper football being back as well. And obviously the big result last night as well.
Some good games. There's some really good games.
2-1.
Yeah.
They're Middlesbrough top of the championship now, aren't they?
Top of the championship
for the moment.
now, aren't they? Well, for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rob Edwards has either hit the cocaine or Ipswich are just genuinely dreadful.
Bit of both.
Do you think this is not an insult to Kieran McKenna or anything like that? But do you think all the chasing for Kieran McKenna over the summer really has lasted into the Ipswich team?
Yeah, 100%.
Because
I think he's regretting not getting the Brentford
didn't
job.
play well. I agree.
I think the fact that Keith Andrews got that Brentford job ahead of Kieran McKenna.
And he's done well.
Yeah. I just think Ipswich are favourites for a reason, but they haven't looked great in many games I've watched. The only good game I saw them in against was the 5-0 against Sheffield United, where they didn't really need to play well, to be honest. But the 3-1 win over arch rivals Norwich, who I've got to say, if they lose to Bristol City today, I think Glenn Manning's peg is on a sugary peg. I really do. Because I think Norwich are very inconsistent. Whether they play at Carrow Road, whether they play away from home, they just seem to be very, very inconsistent. So I think the one thing, if they lose to their old boys Bristol City, if Manning loses to his old boys Bristol City, I think he could be on a sugary peg.
That will be discussed probably tomorrow night with Annie himself. after the game, on the championship review tomorrow night, 8 p.m. live here on the Total League Home Football Podcast. It will be interesting to get his perspective because I think he's now seen that. I think he knows that Manny's having regrets after leaving Bristol City, and especially with Bristol City having linked again was with one of the Saudi with the Saudis again. So it's going to be interesting to get his perspective on the game tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, I've actually got someone in the office who's a Bristol City supporter, and he was saying to me how he was sad that he left, but I think there was a kind of an expectation he was going to leave. Obviously, what happened to his was his son that passed away. Yeah, his son that passed away. You obviously can't take that into sort of any consideration. Obviously, family does definitely come first for Liam Manning's sake. But I just think he's kind of gone into this job a little bit too hastily, and I don't think it's working out for him. I don't think it's working out for Norwich. So yeah, I think Norwich might make a change very, very soon.
It would not be surprised.
No, wouldn't surprise me in any way of shape or form. I don't think it would surprise me to the extent of it. I suppose the only thing that didn't really surprise me was Watford basically sacking a manager and then announcing that they've returned to a manager that they've already sacked twice. Only Watford can do that. Only Watford can do that, I can tell you.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And especially none of the Watford managers that they've appointed over the decades have not even reached 100 league games consistently. None of them hasn't.
No. Is that their 22nd manager now?
Yes.
Under this regime, honestly, it's just ludicrous. Absolute ludicrous.
Yeah, it's absolutely ludicrous indeed with that one. I just don't know how they can just do what they expected to do. But
They act like I've said it. Chelsea
I've said it before.
play like Russell Martin's teams. Shite off the field, shite on the field. That's Watford.
Yep, very much it is. Very much what it is. Watford. It is, especially the way they're now 3 points behind for the playoffs. I'm just like, how did they sack the manager? Especially the 3 points not far from the top 6. I do not know, but yeah. Well, the more we discuss it tomorrow with the guys after the results this weekend, the better. Right. The one before we get to the Rangers situation, the breaking news that we had in the last 24 hours, and I did mention this. Graham Potter is having talks to become the next head coach of Sweden after Sweden sacked John Dahl Tomasson after the poor qualifications they've had in the World Cup. How the hell is he gonna? He's going from going back to Sweden to manage the national team.
I'll say it's short and sweet. If you are not say not just a fan of a particular football club, but you like football players. If you're a fan of Alanga, if you're a fan of Isaac, or you're a fan of Victor Yokozuna, you're about to see them regress as football players because he will ruin them. Isaac is about to go from a £120 million player to a £10 million player. In terms of international, he will absolutely ruin them. I feel bad for Sweden. Like they're stupid. They're delusional. And they've picked somebody who drops his football team.
It's between him and Thielen, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I've read this week that it's between him and Thielen for the Sweden job. Look, I'll be honest, Jimmy
probably give it to
Thielen.
Potter though because he's got a more of a name.
Jimmy Thielen actually was
Even
one
though
of the
he- even
favourites to actually take that job before he went to Aberdeen. So, wouldn't surprise me if they went back for him. But yeah, the fact that Potter did well at Ostersunds means he gets the
Qualifies for
Sweden
the
job.
Sweden job.
No, I'm not. I
Qualifies for the
don't
Sweden
buy
job.
into it. Don't buy into
Yeah.
that, unfortunately.
I think
Yeah.
I think if they honestly give him the job, they're
I
making
think
a massive
if
mistake.
they honestly give him the job, they're making a massive mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God almighty.
It's going to be. It's going to be so damn funny if he gets the job and he goes, right, lads, we have 3 good attacking players. I don't know how to fit you in my team, so I'm going to play Isak. We're going to play you right wing back, and then Yokozuna, we're going to play you in attacking midfield, and then Alanga. I'm thinking maybe we play you as the holding midfielder.
I know you play
right wing for Newcastle, but I think you might do well as a holding midfielder. And Isak, you're big and strong. You score goals. Right back it.
I tell you something. I'll tell you something. The fact that Graham Potter's getting the Ostersund job, the potential the Sweden job because of his stuff at Ostersunds, they should just get the Swedish chef from the Muppets to manage Sweden.
Aye.
Mr. Bernie.
Eat to put it in the pot.
I mean, there is another name they could go for. They could say, how about you go Will still give him the job because he's been shit Southampton.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming.
Yeah, so did I.
It's been a while.
I know it has. Let's move on from bloody Swedish chef, whatever. Let's go on to Rangers. Well, look like you're gonna get your man in Kerr back. I know the deal's not done yet because he's still managing in Shanghai at the moment. But is this the right fit that the ownership at the club needs to do, especially the pressure of the fans?
Honestly, here's the thing. Kevin Muscat should have got the job before Beals on Wheels got the job. Like, he should have got the job before Philip Clement got the job. Like, this guy won. He played for Rangers for one season. Won the treble. And he's still committed to the club. He's still a fan. He watches them wherever he goes, and I'm like, he has the success. Now, people are going to say, "Oh, does the success in Australia, Japan, and China want the job?" I'm like, well, it's the exact same. He's the exact same manager, except he's bald. But I actually think it's the. I think it's the right choice to go with Kevin Muscat. A manager, like, from what I've seen of his football team, because I've been watching highlights back. Pogba, except the defense is far better organised. So they still play that dominant, aggressive attacking football, but his teams play in a very stable shape. So I'm eager to see how it goes. The only thing is, though, is if he does get the job, he's not available until November 22nd, so it would be an interim manager. But I'd be okay with that because at least the players would be back on side. The players would be hopefully in good confidence. Muscat will likely be keeping tabs on the club as like how he wants the team
Well,
to be
like,
playing
keep an eye
football
on the
before he
players,
comes
tell
in,
him they're playing football before he comes in,
and then he'll just go straight in. But if he is to
and
succeed,
then he'll just go straight in. But if he is to succeed,
he needs to get signings in January because this squad is not good enough at all.
Doug, what's your take on it?
100% echo what he says. I think Kevin Muscat's the right man for the job. That's quite hard to believe. He only spent one season at Rangers. I honestly thought it was more than a couple of seasons, but
Advocate tried to get him 2 seasons before,
mhm.
but he never came. But he was actually at Rangers games on his off day. So he was going from where he was playing at the time to Rangers games. So it was really good. At least he was committed.
Yeah, you had an Aussie contingent, didn't you? You had Kevin Muscat, you had Craig Moore, and there was another one, Tony Vidmar. There were three. I think there was three Australian guys that you had at the time, and I seem to remember that all three. I think
In
saying
that dressing
that.
room as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
like if you remember that team as well, like that old 203 that here and there.
Old 203 treble season, you had Stefan Kloss, you had Bob McCon,
Yeah, Shot Avalarson,
God, I
miss him.
Oh, Shot Avalarson, what a player!
Yeah. Michael Mo's final season, you had De Boer, you had Mikel Arteta when he wasn't a prick.
You had
and
what's his
absolute
face?
High-flying Peter Lovenkrands.
Yeah, what's his name? He ended up at Sunderland. Andrew Flo.
Yeah. Claudio Caniggia as well was in that team.
Yes. Crikey. Yeah.
Signed for Dundee for 150k.
Mm-hmm.
And even at 36, he was still smashing the SPL.
Yeah.
It was a good team. I miss that team.
I think it's the right appointment. I think Steven Gerrard, obviously there's obviously a lot of tax issues. I think Steven Gerrard was obviously living over in I think it's Qatar he lives now. I don't think it's Saudi. I don't think it's
he lives in Qatar.
Yeah, so I think there's sort of more issues surrounding that, but getting an ex-player in can always help for sure, and someone who knows the club inside out. So yeah, it'll be a good fit. I think the fact that Neil McCann potentially being in interim until he comes in is a good idea. Because as we said, it'll get the crowd back on site for sure. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today.
Yeah,
it's because Stephen Smith is stepping out of the under-19 job to do the Dundee night game. So if anything, that's a good start. Somebody who's already in the setup, at least someone who's already in the setup can at least do one game whilst they determine what they want to do. But it's only, from what I've seen, to get him out of Shanghai Port of his contracts. He still has another year left after the end of this season, which is the end of November.
Yeah.
If you're bringing in Kevin Muscat, the compensation is 1.5 million. For a manager like him who won the league, he won the League and Cup double last year. Shanghai Port's first ever League and Cup double. He done that last year. He won the league with Yokohama when he followed Postecoglou straight into that job. They manage similar clubs. They've got a similar understanding of the markets. The right time is now. I'm not saying you're directly copying Postecoglou, but in a way they are. But it's someone who, unlike Postecoglou, actually knows Rangers. So it's actually better than Postecoglou.
Yes.
Not in a row. But I think if Muscat does come in and he hits the ground running, I'm not saying Rangers are going to win the league, but Rangers could potentially, if Kevin Muscat gets off the ground running, he gets those players on side. He doesn't play He doesn't play keep the ball football. He plays aggressive. Like, it basically is what Postecoglou did. He plays the exact same style of football, but his defense is a much more organised shape. He lets the midfield and attacking players do all the work. And the defence, so he'll let the fullbacks go up and down. That's what he does. But the centre-backs and the holding midfielder is designated strong, keep the ball, pass the ball about, and ensure the ball is upfield. He basically plays like a mixture of the German Spanish style all in one. But it looks so effective and it's so aggressive. And I'm like, if he gets these players on side from minute one, and he will, because again, he's played for Rangers. He played one season, won the treble at centre back. He was a leader in the dressing room. He's a leader as a manager. He understands his role. You bring him into this team, and he gets backed, and the players actually listen.
Yeah.
If he does style, who knows what can happen? But I'm hoping that this also leads to Rangers tapping into the Asian market as well. I feel like letting Celtic dominate the Asian market was a bad idea. Rangers could potentially do well in that market. I want to see some Japanese players play for Rangers as well. Some good technical, aggressive players as well that are run for legs, run for days. I want to see some of that. I want to see some Australian players come back to the club. If it's been a long time since Rangers have had some good Australian players. I'd like that. And then I want to see him try and get some Scottish players into the squad. More Australian, more Japanese or Asian, and definitely more Scottish players, because that's been a long time coming.
The J League quite a lot, and I have been keeping an eye on it a little bit more often now. And it's been like early morning, I watch it, and it's like they have some really good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yokohama.
Yes. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah, they've got that young academy there. Really good young academy settled there.
I hate that people slag off this league and like because it's not good enough. But I'm like, well, it can't be that bad if they're producing so many players. It's actually one of the best Asian teams in a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks so good.
It looks really good at all. It looks really good at all. Right, as we're coming up to the last 10, probably going to finish because we've got 10 minutes before the kickoff between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea, which probably most of us will get on to watch shortly. Reece, Doug, thank you very much for joining me this morning as usual. And Doug, it's good to have you on shortly as well. Before we finish off, but Doug, hopefully both your teams, Reece, Doug, hopefully both your teams get the result what you want from your own perspective, but we'll see tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been good to catch up again. Also good to see Reece. Obviously, I used to see Reece every single day at work, but obviously moved offices now. So
I didn't realize you moved offices now. That's the new. That's the cat at the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm now at Standard Life House.
It's only 5 minutes up the road.
Oh yeah, of course. But Hibs against Livingston this afternoon. So that'll be interesting. With the fact that half my family are Hibees. half Rebecca's side are Hibees. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And then obviously tomorrow Liverpool Manchester United. Looking forward to that one for sure. So, but no, good to be on. I'll try and get on as much as I can. So yeah, good to see you guys.
Cheers for that, boys. I'll let you get off and do your thing now. So thank you very much for that. I hope you have a good weekend. So yes, that is the end of the show. Please hit that like and that subscribe button on my channel, and also on either or the Doug's and Reese's channel as well. I'm probably back here tomorrow night to do the championship review with Michael and Annie. I'll probably let them two do it tomorrow night at 8 p.m. live here on the Total Leave It All Football Podcast. And I should be back with Doug to do the recording of the 20 podcast Monday night after the West Ham Brentford game as well. So like I said, everyone have a good week. Apologies for the echo if you hear from Douglas's background that that it's coming. He did have times of mute and the times we were talking. So like I said, he usually has his headset on. But like I said, these are technical issues that it's always going to happen during each show. Nothing's always going to be perfect. But like I said, everyone have a good weekend. Stay safe. And like I said, I'll see you guys next weekend for another edition of this Saturday show. To have a good weekend. It's goodbye from me.